Hello, everybody. I don't know if you can see me. I'll just do this just in case. I'm pulling you up on my laptop to see if I'm here, see what you can see, and see your comments. That's weird. Okay. Okay. There we are. Yay. Oh, my stomach. Oh, okay. I'm going to turn this way. I just got out of the shower. So, my hair is wet. Getting ready for our vacation. Well, not really vacation, but we are heading out early in the morning for a long boat ride to the Cape. So it's about a 6-hour drive to boat drive to the Cape. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I've just, right after I got out of my shower, I painted a I don't like this like that. I like this, I don't know, further away from me is basically what I'm saying. So what I did was painted a canvas very quickly. It's still a little wet. I'm really glad I caught that. I just did some Mermaid's Tail, some Monet's Garden, and I tried to imply a sunset in the back. I had all the colors bright, but I can't. I don't know, for some reason when I have bright colors, I need to go over it. So I went over it, put another layer of bright colors, and then went over it again. I was going over them with these kind of brushes. That's why you can see the lines. I like it when you can see the lines. These are chippy brushes. They are, you know, this is a good, let me put this down and show you. This is a chippy brush. For the longest time, people were referring to chippy brushes and I didn't know what they were, but they're these kind of brushes that, you see, it's not it's all like choppy. Like if you had a choppy haircut, it's all like choppy. So they give you a lot of texture and they're cheap. So you use them a few times and then you dispose of them. Okay, so my intention was today to paint sunflowers on a canvas that I just prepared. And, oh, well, let me check and see if I have any, let me see the chat.
Canvas.
See if anybody's on. Donna's here. Hi, Donna. How are you? And Chris is here. What size boat do you have?
Let me see.
Oh, I have to turn this off. We have a 36-foot boat. It's called a Mainship trawler. It's old. It's from the 80s. We just bought it last summer or last fall. Like last summer was our first summer on the boat. And I've never gone as far as we're going tomorrow. But Randy is a skilled captain, and we will be fine. So I did cover the oils that I made last night. I hope I have them on this table. Oh, I see them. Okay. So I covered it with plastic. That was one of the recommendations on Natural Earth's website about keeping the oil paint moist. It won't dry up anyway, but to keep it moist, you should cover it up with plastic or store it in foil. Some people store it in like Tupperware type things, and also they sell the little paint tubes. So if you wanted to make like a whole bunch of it, and then you can put it in through the end, and I guess it's two-sided like caps. So I think they're 85 cents on their website for those little tubes. So, but that's like, for me, I didn't want to get into anything too fancy like that yet until we see how it goes. So I am going to paint sunflowers with the oils. So I have, these are going to be my teaspoons. I stole them from my kitchen. They are now going to be in my studio. And I did not wash the brushes from last night. I left them here wrapped up in plastic, and they're not hard at all. They're still soft. So I will be using blue tonight. This one, that's from another day. Here's the other two little brushes. So they're just white and green. But I'm going to be making sunflowers using the palette knife mostly. So I'm not going to stick to that 100% just in case I feel like doing something a little bit different with the brushes. So what I want to do is, I have made a mess of my dining room already. I cleaned it up yesterday. It looks so good, but this canvas right here, let's get it on the canvas now. This canvas right here took about, there is Monet's Garden, Mermaid's Tale, Fancy Farm Girl, Liquid Sunshine, Kissing Booth, Crinoline, and Sea Glass, and Skeleton Key. So at least 8 colors are on this. I'm going to bring this camera down so you can see, so that you can see this while I'm painting. I don't know if that made it better or worse, but just bear with me one moment while I get this set up. It's so far away. Like, it's not. Like, it's this, my camera is this far away from camera, this far away. But on the screen, it looks like miles. So let me back this up. Okay. Bring this a little closer. I just froze. Okay. I'm frozen. So let me know if I'm frozen. What is crinoline? Crinoline is in one of the whites. I don't know why I'm frozen. Let me go get it, because I might be using the crinoline again tonight. That's the crinoline, and so this is the crinoline. Crinoline is like a creamy, yellowish, very, very pale yellowish hue to it, but it's mostly a white. It's like a beigeish white. And yes, it's a color. Yeah, so I was just saying that I used 7, I wish I could see because I have frozen. So I can't see what you guys are seeing.
I was just saying.
Oh, I can now.
Used
good.
7.
Okay. So, oh, good. Now I can see everybody, because for some reason I had no comments. I was frozen. So now I know what's going on. So Michelle Thomas Burgo. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Thank you so much for joining tonight. Appreciate it. So a lot of this was covered with crinoline after. It kind of looks like that encaustic that you do, Chris. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up. So this is the Natural Earth paint kit that I've just put on my website. I have comes with the walnut oil. This is what you mix your pigments with. It comes with 10 2-ounce bags of pigment, and one of which is this yellow, which is yellow ochre. So we're definitely going to be using that. I might be using some purple. Venetian red. I'm going to be using that. So I'm going to mix up these three. I'm going to need something dark too. So this blue is really dark. So I'll be using some of this blue that we mixed up last night. That was this ultramarine blue. And when it's wet, it's much darker. That was my garage door. When it's wet, it's much darker. So I'm going to mix up. So the way we figured it out last night was 1-to-1. So I'm going to have I'm going to do 1-to-1, meaning 1 teaspoon or whatever, whichever you choose, teaspoon, tablespoon, cup, but it's 1-to-1. So if you do 1 teaspoon of pigment, then you're going to use 1 teaspoon of the walnut oil. I'm using my new oils, Randy.
Wonderful.
You have to mix them yourself. So you mix it. That's the pigment, and then you put walnut oil in it.
How much walnut?
The same amount of walnut oil as you put in the pigment. So it's 1-to-1 ratio.
And then water?
Nope.
Oh.
So just this. The kids one, the children's set is the pigment and the water. So you don't use the I've got a couple more of these. So I'm going to use this one. So what you do is you mix the whole bag at once? Sure you can. Sure you can, but you're going to have to, you would probably want to know what you're going to do with it after. Like there's a little video, a video that I put on my website has, shows some kids using, or it was a video that I saw. I think it was the one I posted on the website, and they, it's 1-to-1 based on water, with water. So you would put the whole little bag of pigment in a jar, like say a pickle jar or a mayonnaise jar, a mustard jar or something like that. So it has a cover, and you could mix it right in there. Now, tonight, I'm doing this, and the 1-to-1 ratio is a little soupy. So I'm not exactly sure why that is. Oh, I did 1 teaspoon. I'm going to add a little bit more because to me that's too soupy. I like my paint to be thick. So I probably shouldn't have done that with my fingers. I should not have. So I'm going to add some more. So someday, the more you do it, eventually I'm sure that you'll get your own exactly what it is that you like, and you won't have to play around with it. But for now, I'm in the experimentation period, and you don't stir it like a soup. You kind of flatten it with your palette knife. Now these palette knives that I'm using are from Michaels. I got a bag of like 5 of them, and they were like 5 of them. They're good size, and they were like, I'd say $5.95, but I also had a coupon, so it ended up being cheaper than that. This is still not right. I wasn't using the right teaspoon yesterday, so that's kind of good that we use less walnut oil. So it is not 1-to-1 ratio as I thought. It seems to be like a half, like, so you would do 1 teaspoon of pigment and then a half a teaspoon of the oil. And then, because it's easier to add the oil, I think, than it is to add the pigment. So, all right, so now I have a nice consistency here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it one color at a time. Now sunflowers are very layered. So I'm going to do just the back layer of the sunflowers at a time. And then I'm going to let it, and then I'm going to mix my next color so that it will dry just a little bit. But again, this is oils, so they don't dry. So I have not used oils in a very long time. All right, so this background is DIY paint. And the reason why I use DIY paint for the background is so that it would be dry. So that I could do some sunflowers. Donna, is this just canvas paint? What, the oils? This is not for furniture. No. This is, I don't know if you can paint. You could probably paint furniture with oils, but it just seems kind of crazy in a way because of the dry time. The drying time for the oils is a lot longer. So to make a petal, did I make sunflowers with you before? Oh no, what did I do? I made poppies. I'm still not happy with my poppies, and this is going to be different. So I'm just putting it on the back of the spatula, and I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to make some petals. They're not going to be perfect, as we know. Now, the way I'm looking at these sunflowers is, now you look at that texture. I don't know if you can see that texture. I keep losing you guys. So strange. So, I wish I could get closer. I don't know if that helped or not. But, so I'm going to make big ones, I'm going to make little ones. Depending on how far down you put the paint, that's how long your petals will be. That's good, just like that. So the sunflowers have that ring in the middle of the, what is it? The buds, the seeds. So this is a darker yellow. I believe they said it was yellow ochre. So now I'm learning these names of these pigments. So yellow ochre, and so the back petals are usually darker than the petals in the front. So when I do the petals in the front, I'm going to have to mix some white in to the yellow ochre. And so this is easy, right? You just make little swishes. And I'm kind of looking at them as, a lot of times when you look at paintings of sunflowers, they are kind of folded over a lot of times. So like this one looks like it's folded over, and I like that. So I'm gonna have some folded over ones. I did watch another video today. I subscribed to another group because I want to focus on my canvas art, not just my furniture. And this artist is exactly my style. So I joined her group, and I did watch her make some sunflowers today, so that's what made me think of doing sunflowers. And I already got, why is this happening? My computer is really freaking me out. I'm gonna go back and see if I can get this to work. Why is it doing that? Oh well. Okay, so let's do another one. Just maybe off to the side here. All right, now I have enough white, I think, to mix with the yellow ochre for the next layer of the flowers. So the next color I'm going to get is, I'm actually going to use the blue since I have it out. So what I'm going to do with the blue is, this is just a straight palette knife, and I'm just going to see, this is really weird for me. Just gonna draw a little bit of a circle in the middle or wherever. Doesn't even have to be a circle, but it should be. This one was a little. This one, I'm gonna have it right in here. This one right there. This one is odd, so this one's gonna be maybe right about there. And this one right about there. And so instead, you could use black, you could use brown, you could use gray, purple. She used purple, the artist I watched today. And it just gives it a little bit more of a different appeal. It's not, again, we're not doing realism. We're not doing realism painting. Come on, video. I want to watch the video. I want to see you guys. Okay, now I can go. Now I see the chat again. Very strange. Okay, Melanie is here. I saw. Hi, Melanie. And I see Erin Scherer joined. Thank you so much. And Deb Gerard joined. Thank you so much. How's everybody doing? So we're making sunflowers with oils today. With the background is the DIY paint, and the sunflowers are going to be the new oils that what am I doing? What's this going for? The new oils that I have on my site, the natural, organic, vegan, non-toxic oils. So the fact that I have them on my hands is not an issue, because other than the fact that it feels wonderful, but it's non-toxic, so it's not a problem. The woman who created this paint is a mother, an artist and a mother. I'm looking for pink. I'll use this, Venetian Red. Is a mother and an artist, and she lives in Oregon. She's a small business owner in Oregon, and she developed this paint from the pigments or the clay of the earth, and so that she can use them as a seasoned, experienced artist, and her kids can use them and she won't have to worry. So I'm using very, very little bit of this paint. So the smallest that I have is, what size is this brush? 1/4 teaspoon. So that should be plenty. So I'm going to put a little bit of the Venetian red. I don't even need this much, I don't think, but because it's not going to dry up on me. If I cover this in plastic, I will be able to use it on another painting. So I'm not going to put the exact same amount of oil. Did you have to seal the background? Melanie, you know what? That's a really good question. I don't know. I've never done this. I didn't even think of it. And I'm going to say this. To seal the background is for 2 reasons that I can think of right now. One is so that it does not, if it gets wet, it does not reactivate the clay. So you've been using the clay. You've been using the clay paint, and you put the sealer on it so that, because the clay can be activated for up to 6 months by water. So you seal it so that it won't get reactivated. And then the other reason, like the heavy sealers, like the Big Tops and what's the other one? Crystal Clear Chandelier. Now look at that. This is beautiful. Can you see that? That is a really nice thickness of paint. And that was a little less. So what I'm going to do is, all I'm going to do now with this color is just going to go into the middle of the pod thing here and just give it some more color. So getting back to the sealer, so using the Big Top and all of that is to give it protection against like grease if you had a kitchen, like a kitchen table, and against like wear and tear. And so using that information with what I'm doing now, I'm going to use this more like a palette knife. I was wiping it on these, so it did not come out right. So the palette knife way is to just put it flat and just wipe it. Just press it into, yeah, well, I got too much color. I should wipe it after each. So just press it in there. Need my towel. You gotta wipe it off so that you don't have too much paint to contaminate. I'm not doing very good. So just to give it a little bit more color. Oh, so getting back to this painting, I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know. Now you don't seal oil paintings as far as I know. So what I could do is, I don't know. I could go in with like in the background, but it's gonna be covered. I'm hoping to fill up this whole canvas with color. All right, so good question, Melanie. And I don't know. Oh, you don't know either. Melanie I watched Melanie's live today. Melanie goes live on Facebook also. And she goes once a week on Fridays, and she also goes in the group that, let's mix a little bit of white with this yellow, and I'm definitely not doing this exactly the same way as the artist did today, because everybody is different, but you kind of get a lot of good tips. And she used, to be honest, she did the same thing. She's a DIY user. Oh, she didn't use oils. She used DIY and she used acrylics. So what I'm going to do now is just put in like, I want to think about this a little bit. I'm going to put in a little bit of these lighter petals and see what happens. But the whole time she said she stopped with the acrylics because of she has 4 sons. So I don't know. I immediately wanted to tell her about this paint, but maybe I will someday. But she kept saying the whole time she was wishing she was using oils because of the texture. And the paint doesn't drip when it's on a canvas like this. So, really good pieces of advice. She's very talented. She's this and that. All right, guys? You guys know who she is. Anicia? Her art, when I saw her art, I was like, okay, that's me. That's what I want to be. That's the kind of artist I want to be. I don't know if everybody feels that way when they see her. Because it's so good. So of course you want to be like her. But she just the way she does her colors, and she does faces. So that's something that I really am going to start. I'm going to be focusing on a lot more. And okay. So I want to learn a lot from her. I think I'm going to learn a lot from her. All right. Oh, no, I missed one. So I just mixed the yellow ochre with the white. Oh, I don't know why I'm going off the flower like this. Because you know why? I'm not doing it right. I'm supposed to wipe this after each one. But we can just rub that into the background. Make it part of the background. Because this background is not done yet. This was just, a painting, back painting to get it started. So I'm going to get another color. I want to make another color before I completely mess this up. Okay, that's all right, because once I start painting the background, I always take a lot of time. Okay, so that was what is this? This is burnt sienna. What was that? That was the orange? No, that had to have been burnt sienna. That was burnt sienna. Okay, and that was orange ochre. Now where is... Okay, we're gonna do... All right, and that first one was the yellow. The yellow ochre. I'm going to do a little bit of orange. I thought I saw purple. Where's the purple? Did I see purple? Oh, that's the one I want to do. This one, ultramarine purple. Now this is very light. See how light it is? Now when I mix this, it's going to be much darker, which I'm glad about because I don't want it that light. Whereas the DIY paints, it's opposite. The DIY paints dry much lighter. Anicia used the word today, ash, like more of an ashy color. And so I'm going to use very little of this oil. Oh God, that's way too much. I'm going to save some. I'm going to put it in the cap. Okay. So this is my last live, you guys. So I did my 30. I'm really proud of myself for doing it. I very often get ideas that I do not follow through on. And so to have completed this goal, I'm very happy about. See how much darker this purple is? Isn't it beautiful? So this is a little light, but that's okay. I'm only doing more colors inside the buds. She did a lot of colors, like a lot. I can't even, she did like 5 different colors. Actually, it is a little, I need to put a little bit more pigment in there. Is it this one? No, that's the blue. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. So these are very not realistic flowers. These are obviously just a representation of sunflowers. My representation that I am inspired by from Nissan That. That is her name of her business. And I did a stint trying to paint sunflowers. Like, not the masters, but that were a little bit more realistic looking. And I really hated them. I do not like, I like something like this much, much better. It just appeals to me much, much more. I'm going to put this around the purple, around this orange. Now what this is doing is just giving it just a little bit more depth. All right. And I actually like it a little bit better than the blue. So I'm gonna be putting it near the blue. Oops, I keep forgetting to wipe off this. I'm gonna try to form the circle a little bit more. Oh, what I should be doing? Well, I don't know now because I forget. I'm working with oils. I was going to say I should be using the heat dryer. What happens with the oils on the heat dryer? I mean, what would happen? They wouldn't get they wouldn't get dry, right? Okay, all right. Now, I think I'm going to do, I need this small palette knife, and I think I'm going to do a little bit more highlights. I try to remember not to use it like a paintbrush. Now I don't have my my computer on, so I'm not seeing any comments or anything. And the way she did her stems was very different. She splattered the stems on. Hi, Christine. Oops. We're doing sunflowers tonight. on my last night of my 30-day live. These are just representations of sunflowers. That covers me because they don't look like sunflowers. If they don't look like sunflowers, I can just say, well, they're not supposed to. So I'm hoping that as time goes on, this being, a very new journey for me, that I will get better and will be able to see growth in my work. And hopefully in your work too, if you're painting. I know a lot of you have been painting for a long time. Not me. I mean, I used to dabble in it when I had my kids, but I've just dabbled. When I say dabbled, I just really did not know what I was doing. I did not take it as seriously as I'm taking it now. Because now I'm retired and this is how I want to spend my retirement is painting. So, do they look like sunflowers? Can you even see them? Ugh, this stupid thing. I keep freezing, so I don't know what's going on. This one. Do they look like sunflowers? Oh, can you even see them? Ugh, this stupid thing. I keep freezing, so I don't know what's going on. All right, so. Uh-oh. Randy's there. Oh goodness, I've lost Melanie Lingo. Hello. So. Oh, I keep missing them. So the palette knife. Have you ever used the palette knife? Do you think you'd want to use the palette knife? It's very different. I used my finger painting the other night, and that was fun too. So I've been enjoying these different kinds of ways of painting. I think Chris mentioned mixing oils with an egg. I really am interested in doing that. All right, Randy just yelled. I don't know why. All right, so I'm going to figure out the stems now. That almost looks like two sunflowers. I'm going to figure out the stems now. I keep muddying. Okay, so the stems. I need green. Okay, so this green is funny because this green dried up. Why did the green dry up? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more oil to it. She splattered the green. She made leaves by splatter. I've never splattered before. So basically how she did it was she flicked this. I'm going to definitely do that tonight. I just don't think I'm going to do it for the stems. So I'm just going to make little implications of a stem on these guys. And I want them to be really thin. So I might have to go in with my finger. I don't know. Maybe, I'll go on this. Oh, this is too low. I'll go on the side like this. Like this, so something like that. This is actually very enjoyable doing this with the palette knife. I'm really enjoying making these lines. If you watched me finger painting the other day, you know that I really, really like making lines. It's odd but true, but aren't they cool looking? So there's not a lot of sunflowers here, but so the reason why these are, I'm just not gonna work on the sunflower part of it anymore tonight, because I don't want to, I'm gonna need to, because I'm so new at it, I'm gonna need to have to think about it. I'm gonna see how they look tomorrow and think about it, about how they look now. But what I would like to do is some splattering, because that looked a blast. And I'm going to be using it with the DIY paint. I'm not going to splatter with the oils. And Anicia said that the best way to splatter is to use the palette knives that do not have the bend in them. So this should be a good one. And this one's too big. I don't need to use this one. So I have a lot of paint left over that I can, it's like a palette. So I might need to invest in, actually I do have palettes. I have a watercolor palette. It's just something, it's just a palette with a cover. To keep them moist. So I'm going to put these down on the floor. I'm not seeing comments. I feel like I'm all alone. Oh, Lisa, how are you? Lisa is another wonderful furniture painting artist. I don't mean another, I mean not me. I mean talking to all these wonderful people that I get to join on different communities. So Lisa, I joined another group last night. I joined This and That, and I watched a tutorial on sunflowers, and so I'm kind of copying her. And it's she used the word grunge type looking sunflower, and I have to agree, and I have to say that I like it. I like the grunge. So, but she didn't like, she thought her background was too bare, so she splattered. So that's what I'm going to do. So I put a very little dip of paint on here, the palette. So I'm sticking with the palette. And, okay, so you just flick it. So check this out, guys, because I'm a little freaked I'm doing this, but I might stay farther away just for my first one. Woo! Did you see that? I want to see it on the delay on the camera. Oh boy. Yeah, that's cool. Now, but I want it to go lower. So we'll go way over here. It's like playing that game. Remember that game we used to play in high school? It was like a hockey. We had a little piece of paper and we'd flick it. All right, I need more paint. That's what it is, bringing back memories. Okay, now I'm too low. Come on. Well, that's all right. I want more at the bottom. So I've never flicked. Whoop! I've never done this. Have you done this? Tell me if you've done it. Woo! So I'm going back more to get it to the top. Watch this. Oh, it's all over my computer too, but I can clean that. Now watch. If I go back, I can aim. I want to get it right here. Let's see if I get it right there. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. No, it went nowhere. Well, it probably went somewhere where it's not supposed to be, and I'm going to have to do some cleaning later because I'm in my dining room. Where is it going? Oh! Well, I guess I'm not aiming very well, but I am having fun. Woo! That went right into the kitchen, guys. I saw it go way over there into the kitchen. Oh dear. Splattering. Gotta do it. She was going a lot faster because she's, used to it. So let me try to go faster. Hi, Paulo. Ooh. See, she would use something like this for a stem and something like that for a set. So she put them on. She splattered first. I mean, she splattered just the one color first. I think she used cake batter. And then she did the sunflowers. Oh, it's not working. Come on now. There we go. I don't know what this is representing. If it's representing snow, rain. Funny you say that, Janice. I'm painting or trying to paint a naked backside in this and that fashion. Hey! See, Christine? Check the ceiling of my chandelier. I love it. She's awesome. I've done it, but not on purpose. Oh, no. I swear it was divine intervention. Is that what you say, divine intervention? Because I had just finished my face painting that's behind me, and it's not anywhere near how I want